What does it kind of tell you about this team? I know you were extremely disappointed with the loss. I listened to you after in the post game, but I mean, what does it tell you about your team that you can compete with a team like that?
Well, you know, when the sun comes up the next day, which it did, you start to reflect on all the positives from a program standpoint. Obviously, from a team standpoint, you're still like, okay, we got to work on this, and you get into the details to keep improving the kids. But I thought that from a program standpoint, the atmosphere was off the charts. It gives me chills to think about it now. It was really, really fun. And just kind of a glimpse of what we can consistently get in there, I think, with, you know, the trajectory of the program right now. So we got to keep that moving in the right direction, obviously, which winning helps with that. So, but as far as the team, I just feel like, man, this team is resilient. You know, they bounce right back the next day. We had a film session and a team meeting, and you know, I think they'll be excited to get up back on the floor today. We got some shots up and did a little bit yesterday, but I think they're eager to get back and compete against Oral Roberts.
You know, and last year you probably lose by 25, whatever. It's a whole new team, a whole new atmosphere. And the Thomas Mack 14,000 kind of reminded me of the good old days in a sense. You were around with Lon Kruger.
Good setup to that question.
You know?
Last year you probably lost by 25.
Well,
I didn't hear anything you said for the next 40 seconds, just so you know. Let's just pretend. I tell you what. Let's all pretend we walked through a time warp, okay? And last year does no longer exist in any one of our memories.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, it's a whole different team. There's not one.
It is. No, it's.
And there's 14,000.
Well, that's what I talk about. Yeah, that's what I talk about in reference to the trajectory. You know, where the year is. This is almost year one. You know, in the sense that you had your team for the whole year. I mean, the whole summer. I recruited each one of these guys, and you know, so it's listen, it's a plan, right? You gotta have a plan, and you gotta go work your plan, and that's what we're doing. And this is where we're at today. It would have been great to get that win in Northern Iowa, but we got 6 before that, you know, and hopefully we'll get one tomorrow night.
Marv, you obviously needed a special player in Brandon, but has he even surprised you a little bit about how quickly he's adapted to this level?
Not at all. I mean, we knew what we were getting in the whole person, you know. He's played in big games, you know, for a high, even though he's a freshman. He's been on a big stage. He's had mics in front of his face and lights, and been to Egypt and playing basketball for USA Basketball. I mean, you know, so he's seen a lot more than the average freshman. So no, his adjustment and transition is kind of what we expected, what we hoped for, actually.
Did you have to say anything to him about all the expectations there because of what you just said? That was never even an issue.
No, you know, Brandon's. Or how do I want to say this, is his insulation, you know, his family and his mentor and his support group is so strong and so solid and savvy, and they understand the deal. So I knew I wouldn't have to worry about him. We've got our whole family helping him, and he's got his whole family helping him. So he's in good hands from, you know, inside and outside the program.
And when you get a team like Arizona double teaming him, is that the ultimate sign of respect for a player like that?
Well, I think so, 100%. You know, there's a lot to be said about philosophical approaches to double teaming, both on the defensive side and the offensive side. We didn't handle it well. We had 3 turnovers out the double team, so we went back and looked at all the double team edits, and we had some good ones too. We got some good reversals back into inside. We got some reversals for 3-pointers. So they handled it like a young team would. You know, sometimes it was good and sometimes it was bad, but it was the ultimate sign of respect to say, hey, we don't want to guard him by ourselves. Or they wanted to keep DeAndre out of foul trouble, or whatever their logic was for why they do what they do. But you know, we were right there at the end of the game, and tie score had a chance to win it.
How far has Brandon come conditioning-wise since the time you got him here?
You know, Brandon was in pretty good shape in high school, as I recall, the games that I saw. But he definitely got in better shape when he got here. He's a lot stronger. He's lost some body fat, and he's a lot leaner. You know, his body mass is in good shape, and he's heading in the right direction. He's got to get a pro. He's already got pro height, you know, and we're developing that physique part of it. And you could see his body change in the photographs that Jason Cabo does when they first get here. We take a incremental, you know, kind of like a photo library of the guys as they develop and use it in recruiting and development for them. And his is significant. I won't show you that, don't ask.
To Kris's credit in that 25-point loss possibly last season, to that point, even with these 2 losses, people, at least myself, are impressed with how far the program has come. Is
Well,
it possible to take confidence from a loss?
Yeah, well, the fact that we impressed you is probably kind of the highlight of my day right now, just so you know. But I would tell you that I think the guys feel good about it. You know, the guys feel good about the aftermath of looking back and saying, hey, I'm glad I'm here as a Rebel. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, the dream is being realized, even though we didn't get over the hump. I still think that they are fully aware and confident that they can play with, you know, the best in the country.
And was that the first time that you saw the Thomas and Mack like that as a head coach here?
As a head coach, yeah, 100%. Yeah, last year we had about the same attendance for Kansas, but except there was, you know, it was probably 50-50 in the crowd. So it was the first time it was a true Rebel crowd with those kind of numbers and the volume. I mean, it was loud. I don't know. Did you go to the game? It was loud. It was really good. It was fantastic. I got caught up, you know, giving the whole, you know, let's get the noise going on the free throws for DeAndre, and it's hard not to get swept up into that euphoria of just, you know, group positive energy that was flowing in the building that night. So we got to keep it moving in the right direction. I don't want it to be a one-time wonder. You know, I want us to come back, and it doesn't matter who we're playing, but we're coming out because we're getting that kind of attendance because it's the Rebels playing.
When you were here with Lon, it was kind of like that, though. There were some big
We
moments.
did have
big
some good games,
sellouts.
yeah, as an assistant coach here,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know if we had any sellouts, but I know we had some really big games.
Yeah.
And so we've seen it. You know, I've seen it as a fan in my younger days. We used to come to Vegas from time to time with the family and so forth, and then I saw it as a head coach for the first time.
You're being pushed out for the rodeo over at the MGM. What do you think about the rodeo? Are you a rodeo guy? Any
Yeah,
events
you know,
that you
I was
like?
in Las Cruces, New Mexico for 9 years, so I got a little cowboy in me. You know, we had a lot of boosters and supporters that were big into. You know, there was a lot of horses and farms up there, and so I got a little acclimation to that culture. You know, through my time there. You know, you want to make wherever you're living home, right? And, type of culture that exists there, and so yeah, I got into it a little bit. We used to take my son out, and they had some local rodeos and some stuff over at the Speedway. We'd go out and do. That was the first time I got into, you know, car, you know, race driving as well. Our largest donor owned a lot of. I think he owned the Speedway, so I was going to get into that regardless.
Brendan says he out his window he can see the horses. He'd love to go ride one of those horses.
That horse wouldn't let him ride him. Yeah, Brandon's willing to try anything. He's a great kid. He had never had oysters, and on his official visit, you know, where I ordered some oysters. I said, "Hey, B, you want to try some?" He said, "I don't look that good, but if you want me to try it, Coach, I'll try it." He dived right in. Actually went for 2 and a second and a third the way I hooked it up. So.
Might your players take any inspiration from the rodeo cowboy?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's kind of like how you're raised. You know, if you're raised around something, you learn to appreciate the intricacies of that thing, and you get into it a little bit more. It's hard for actors and actresses to sit back and enjoy a movie without critiquing it to the 10th degree. But I think when and the reason I reference that is because if you don't know about it, if you don't go to hockey games, you know, growing up, then it's kind of hard to appreciate until you go and watch it live. And I would encourage anybody to get out and go watch that rodeo. I'm telling you, there are some athletes and some talent out there, and it's on both sides. You know, the animals and the human beings are extremely, you know, it's impressive to watch.
They need you promoting them.
Yeah, well, no, they're here. They're part of our group, you know. So anybody on our campus is extended family. We welcome them gladly.
Something tells me you don't want to see Brandon on a horse, though.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Maybe one of those. What is that? What's that horse? The huge horse, the Egyptian or
Clydesdale.
is it the Clydesdale?
They're the big
I thought there was some
Budweiser ones?
foreign horse that was like gigantic. I don't know. Started with an A. I can't remember. Google that for me, would you? No, I don't know. No, we'll leave that. We'll leave that away.
Is it kind of fun playing over at the MGM? Just as
Yeah, it's fun.
you get to stay home, you get to stay here.
No doubt. It's more fun when you win.
Right.
So I'll let you know. Playing at T-Mobile was awesome. But no, on a serious note, I think staying home in the sense that you go through your normal routine, and even though you're out of your own facility, you give a different venue and you get the chance for folks to come in and visit and embrace the Strip a little bit more than maybe they would on an unofficial visit on campus. So it's you got to find the silver lining in everything, right? And I think there's some advantages to playing at two wonderful venues right on our own Strip in our own backyard.
The opponent tomorrow, obviously, is much different than Arizona. What can you tell me about that?
Well, they're much better than their record. They've got a really quality big man. Trying to remember his last name now, but he's a kid that he's preseason player of the year for their conference, and I'm telling you, he can score the ball inside, and he's a lefty, and he's really, he's a big body guy, and he can get it done. They've got some guys that can shoot it and bounce it from different areas on the floor, and so they pose different challenges. They're not as deep, and they're not as as Arizona, obviously, and they're a different level program, but they just won a game a couple nights ago in double overtime, so they had a chance to go into some big arenas already. They played in I think Big 12 team already, and so they're a team you got to be ready for. There's like any team that you lace them up against, it's a kind of a testament to your maturity and your experience on how you handle it, regardless of the name on the jersey. It's about us going out and making a step from what we did in our last performance.
Yes, what does that tell you about the team when you can go toe-to-toe with Arizona, with preseason ranked second? I mean, just kind of what does it say about this team?
We got first of all, we have a lot of grit, and then we just believe in each other, and I feel like we really had the game in the bag the whole game until the last couple of minutes, but just we just got a lot to work on. But if we get all of those things like fixed and stuff, we can be really good this season.
Is it almost like, this is the one that got away? And you kind of feel that way?
I feel like that. I still be thinking about the game and stuff. What I could have did maybe if I had 2 less turnovers or 3 more rebounds or whatever, a couple more blocks. Just thinking about what I could have did better to help my team win.
When you have a matchup like that with another really hype guy, and obviously you know him really well, does that get you going even more to not to prove anything, but just get you excited even more?
It did get me excited, to go against my bro, DeAndre. Me and him grew up together. We learned how to play basketball from the same person. So, just to be able to set out an arena and play against my brother in front of all those people was really fun. And it did drive me, it made me want to play better.
You guys say anything afterwards?
Oh,
to
yeah.
one another? What'd you say?
Well, before the game, we didn't say nothing. And during the game, we was talking trash, calling each other names and stuff, just talking. But after the game, it was nothing but love. Told him I love him. And, just stay in touch and just keep going. And he said the same thing to me. And we took pictures after.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Brandon, you obviously came in with huge expectations, and you've lived up to them so far. Did you sort of ignore those expectations, or how did you deal with them?
Really, it's not really, I don't really pay attention to those. I just come out here and just play basketball. And, just God just keeps blessing me with, playing well and just, trying to do, all I do is just try to win for my team and stuff. And so, I don't go into games just trying to score as many points as I can or get as many rebounds as I can. I just want to win. And so, fortunately, I've just been being able to put up some nice numbers and stuff. But, that's all I do as a coach of the game is to just win.
Has there been anything that you've had to adjust to as a college player? It's only been 8 games. Are you still adjusting? How's that gone?
I'm just adjusting. Maybe a couple of things is I probably adjusting to how long I'm playing. I'm starting to play more and more minutes, and just just the pace. It's really fast, and it's it's still kind of going real fast for me. But I feel like those are the 2 big things that I'm trying to get used to.
Coach Menzies, he wants players to sub themselves out when they're tired. Are you a guy that'll take yourself out, or do you make him take you out?
Most of the time, I make him take me out. If I'm like dead tired, I'll probably say I need like 30 seconds. But most of the time, it's him that has to take me out because I don't want to leave.
You got some double teams thrown at you from watching the video. How did you feel like you handled those double teams, and what do you feel like you need to do better?
Well, first of all, I don't think I handled them really well. I know that I probably should have slowed down more. I saw that the baseline was open a lot when I was double teamed, so I probably could have went double baseline, and I just had to work on that. I was used to being double teamed by, in high school and stuff, but I wasn't expecting Arizona to double team me. I thought it was going to be mano, but it's all right. So, I got a lot to work on, and that's not just one thing I need to work on. I need to work on a whole lot of other things as well.
That's got to be the ultimate sign of respect that a team like Arizona would double team you.
Yeah, I thought about it after the game. I was like, yes. That's crazy that, Arizona wanted to double me. But, like I said, we still lost.
How was that? When you look at that crowd, have you talked to people? That was like the old school Rebels, lots of people, you guys getting up and down.
Oh, it was a surreal feeling. The fans did a really good job showing up, and it made me want to play way harder than I ever had. And so like I think that the fans, we need more fans to come every game. And so they are the main part. They are the main reason why we playing so well.
How good of a passer is Shakur?
Oh, Shakur is a great player, great passer, great motivator. He pushes me to another level every time I play with him, either it's in practice or in the game. He's just a great player to play with. He's probably one of the best teammates I ever played with.
How much does his passing open it up for you?
Oh, it opens it up a lot because he's always looking for me and I'm always looking for him. And like I said, he's a great player with a huge IQ.
You guys have, these last 2 games, even though you've lost, you and Shakur have put up some really big numbers. You guys have the confidence that you're not going to face anybody the rest of the year that can match you 2 inside?
I mean, we don't really get caught up into going against other people. You just want to win. Shakur is a selfless player who wants to, make everybody better around him and just wants to win. And so that's that's exactly how I am as well. So we're just all about team and just getting better every day.
Is it possible to take confidence from losses?
I mean, that's a good question. I feel like it is. Even though we lost to Arizona, they're a really good team, and Coach Miller's a really good coach, and so to be able to take them into overtime and to lose only by 3, I mean, you really got to think. From coming from last year, it's a good step forward.
And is it time people start believing in this team? Have you done enough yet?
I don't think we've never done enough, until we win a national championship. Not saying that we are, but I'm just saying if we ever win a national championship. But like I said, we play for Vegas, and we're just going to keep trying to get better every day.
Now the rodeo's pushing you guys over to the MGM for a couple days. You a big rodeo guy at all? Do you know anything about the rodeo?
I was really about to check it out, try to sneak into Thompson Mack and check it out, but I'm thinking about it. I see the horses and stuff by my house and stuff, and it makes me want to hop the fence and ride on one, but I don't know. I might check it out.
Have you ever ridden a horse before?
I think I've ridden on a horse once or twice. I ran it on a trail and stuff, but
Never a bull.
Never a bull, never. I don't want to ride no bull though. No.
Chris, what does it kind of tell you about this team, the Arizona game, and competing against a team like that? Although they were missing a big guy, but I mean, what does it tell you about your team here?
Those 2 teams, those are real great teams. It just shows that we compete with anybody. We just play our game and capitalize, and when we got the right time to capitalize. But like I said, those are 2 great teams. We just got to focus on ourselves and be better.
Is it time people start believing in this team? Have you done enough to prove it?
Yeah, I believe we've done enough. But fans is fans. We love them. They're gonna be here till we're done. So we just want them to keep rocking with us. As long as they rocking with us, we rocking with them. So that's all we want.
Seems like you personally playing with a lot of confidence right now. Some of your best basketball that we've seen. How do you feel right now? What's been the biggest difference for you in this current streak that you're on?
Just having confidence in myself. Just being in the gym at nighttime, getting working. When you perform in the dark, comes light and light. So it just be better when you put in the work so you feel comfortable on the court.
Were you struggling with confidence to begin this season?
Yes, especially after going scoreless. It was just I felt like I didn't have enough confidence, so I just talked with coach staff, talked with a lot of my players, my brothers, and just really got in the gym and focused, and then it started to come to play.
When did you feel like that started coming back?
Just a little bit. Prairie View, I think, that game. Just seeing the ball go in the basket for the first time, so that was just starting point right there.
Had you ever been through a down period like that before in your career, or was this sort of the first time you hit adversity?
Nah, it's really the first time, so I didn't know how to handle it, but we got through it. So
Did someone help you get through it?
just my team, my coach staff, and family. Everybody just stuck together and just told me what I needed to do, and I just trusted them.
The fact that Coach Menzies kept putting you in the starting lineup, was that a real boost for you too?
Yeah, it shows that he got a lot of faith in me. I talked to him a lot during that process, and he just really let me know that he's gonna keep rocking as long as I rock with him.
Shooting 40% from 3 for the season. Is there anything mechanical, or just feeling locked in, or what's going on with your shot while you're shooting so well?
It's just confidence, really just staying locked in. Last year I was shooting pretty poorly, so just me staying focused and knocking it down when I'm open.
Chris, how fun was that atmosphere? You had 14,000 there. It's kind of like old school a little bit with the Runnin Rebels and you guys getting up and down. The fans were into it.
It was real fun. You know, that's my first time playing. Well, not my first time, but that's the first time seeing a MAC like that. So it was real fun. You know, all the fans, all the students. That was the first time seeing it like that. So it was a great experience.
Did people kind of tell you about this is what it was like back in the day a little bit? Have you talked to
Yeah,
anybody?
that's a lot of people saying like it was back like that back in the day. But it was great to be able to see it in person for myself, be able to play in front of these people. So it's pretty fun.
How much of a difference does that make when you have Thomas and Matt full?
It's an energy booster. You know, you got everybody in the stands. You got 14,000 plus rooting for you to be the team. So it's just a real big energy booster.
What do you think the team has taken away from facing that high level of competition across 2 games?
It just boosts our confidence. You know, we playing these tough top level teams. So when we play a regular team that's mid-major conference or whatever, it makes us feel better about ourselves. But we should have came away with those 2 wins. But you know, that's just how the game goes.
It seemed like after that game on the post, listening to Marvin Menzies more than any other time, it seemed like he was extremely disappointed, as were you guys, obviously. But did you feel almost that was one that kind of got away?
Both games actually just got away from us, man. We just didn't capitalize when we needed to. It's just I felt those 2 games. The whole team felt those. I understand why Menzies felt that way because you know those 2 games that we should have had, those 2 opportunities that we should capitalize on.
Now you go over and play at the MGM off campus this week. What do you think about that?
It's just, you know, it's not nothing too special. You know, just another game on schedule. So
You kind of like it though. I mean, still being here, but away from
yeah, it's
the
pretty
MAC,
cool.
or-
You know, just being away from the MAC, just still being in Vegas though. We still got fans come support us, so it's pretty cool.
Of all the rodeo, you're a bull riding or bronc riding, are you favorite of any, or do you even care, or you follow rodeo at all?
No, I don't really pay too much.
Because that's why they're
attention to it.
pushing you out of here.
Yeah, I know. So I don't really pay too much attention to it.
You were here last year. We've seen Jovan hit some big shots for you guys. He missed a shot in regulation against Arizona. What is the team's confidence in him in those kind of situations?
That's the shots he shoot. Those shots he makes. So we got a lot of confidence in shooting that shot. I mean, like Menzies might not have thought it was a great shot, but we all know that he's a great player. So when he takes those shots, we all believe it's going in. So we're just gonna live with that.